So over the next 24, 48 hours, I'm gonna spend a lot of time breaking this fight down because this is an all-time great performance against who I thought and could still possibly be an all-time great fighter in Spence. And so this first part is going to be about how Crawford set the tone by countering Spence and slowing him down. Like how I said, you could slow Spence down, and we're going to pull up those receipts later. Yeah, Crawford had to earn and demand the respect of Spence in order to slow him down. And it wasn't working at first, because if you look at Spence in this first round and compare him to the Ugas in the first round, it's the same Spence. The difference is at the end, that's when Crawford lands some good shots and you see a different reaction of Spence. And so we're going to go through how Crawford's countering him and the types of stuff that's going on there. Let's get straight into it. So immediately Crawford sets the tone by getting inside Spence's jab. This is at the start of the round. Getting inside of Spence's jab, getting inside of his guard. He steps inside and gets inside of the jab, and then he could throw his jab while Spence is jabbing. So he's setting the tone already, telling him that your number one tool is going to be punished if you use it. And then people say Spence looks scared or lack confidence before the bell. I'm like, no, if you look at his body language, he looks like how he normally looks. He's throwing the same things that he was throwing in all his previous fights, working behind that double jab so he goes up top, goes down low. He looks just like Spence. Take the time to look at that first round and compare it to Ugas. The jab is just as snappy. He's working behind it, doubling it up, stepping in. He's confident up until the very end of that round, which is where the tone shifts. So here Crawford's going to do the exact same thing. Step inside, get inside the guard, get inside the jab, land it. Counter Spence's jab. And then here's why I'm going to make a callback to what I said in the Spence outside game vid. But he's going to get caught coming in right there. And then look how he responds. He was coming forward throwing a combination. But if you threaten him enough, then he'll be really defensively responsible and be like, okay, let me not get caught. And so that's what I mean about shifting the momentum and trying to take control of the pace of the fight. But Spence's pace can be slowed down if you're sharp enough with your counters and you punch him while he's punching. Again, Spence is trying to establish something. He's confident. He's trying to establish that double jab, go down to the body. But as he goes down to the body, even the jab to the body is getting countered. And there he was even in a worse position because his guard was completely open. Before, Crawford would have to get through the guard. There he just jabbed right over the top. But important, he's still not discouraged. He's still coming forward. He still looks like Errol Spence. Crawford knows it's not just about timing the jab, because Spence enters in through different methods. And so it's also about countering the entries. But here Spence is going to try and walk in with that slow pressure that he builds up, and then watch how Crawford reacts. He got a jab for that too. He's too snappy. He's too speedy. He's too smart. And again, Spence is not discouraged. He throws one of his classic combos, the 1-1-4, immediately after. He's still not discouraged. He still looks like Errol Spence. Now here's an interesting moment. I'll do this one in slow-mo. Crawford is going to look for the jab. He pulls it back. He pulls it back because he's not in position. He's on the outside of Spence right there. He's not on the inside where he needs to be to get inside that guard. But then watch, when he adjusts positions, he can slip that up jab through the guard. That's IQ at work. He knows that subtle positioning is necessary in order to land the shot he's looking for. It's not just about countering him while he's punching, but it's about shutting him down before he can even get started punching, which is why Errol Spence looks so off later on. But still, again, Spence is not discouraged. Let's go. And to answer one question, why is Spence getting hit so much? Well, the last person that was significantly faster than Spence and brought the fight to him was Porter. He got hit a lot in that fight, but Porter wasn't the smart counterpuncher on the level of Crawford. So not only is somebody significantly faster than him, somebody with better timing than him, but somebody that's going to punish him in ways he's never been punished before. On top of that, the guard that he was using had that opening up the middle more than that traditional high guard that he worked out of more in the Ugas fight. Now, I'm going to do this in slow-mo first, frame by frame. And then I'm going to show the full speed so you can get the impact of this punch. Because this punch isn't like the other punches. And that's why it elicits a different reaction. Watch this. So Crawford, he's looking, he's waiting. Look how he puts that high guard up, because Spence feints like he's going to step in. Crawford's looking, look at those eyes. He's waiting, he's waiting. and then times him coming in. The jab doesn't even get to extend. Spence doesn't even get to extend his jab before Crawford times him. He was finding that timing from the very start. From the time the bell rung, he was looking to time that jab, and he times it perfectly there. And then he catches, grazes him a little bit right after. That's what I mean. You can back Spence up, you can slow Spence down if you punch him while he's punching, but not just punch him while he's punch him with something hard, clean, fast, unexpected that make him start thinking, make him start second guessing. He's relying on that forward pressure. The way you disable that forward pressure is don't let him build that momentum. You interrupt his momentum. Somebody with great timing, somebody with great speed, somebody with great power can do that. Crawford brought all those tools to the table and then some. And that's why Spence looked the way he looked. Because after this is where stuff starts getting weird. And don't worry, we're releasing these piece by piece. I'm doing small breakdowns piece by piece. I prefer it that way, and we're going to keep doing it that way. So wait for the next part that's coming out soon. Immortality Serum out.
How can I die if I'm immortal? Monster in my eyes, I'm immoral. I ain't got no time to be cordial. Ripping up shit, I'm making big decisions. I'm feeling fly and important.